Well, you just saw Brian Sozzi and Chris Rondeau doing push-ups together. Planet Fitness reported mixed earnings after the bell yesterday, and shares have been lower as revenue came in later than expected. I think actually you reported the shares are not lower anymore; they're higher. Yeah. Anyway, the sales are up more than 63% from 2021 as stores look to return to pre-COVID membership levels. Joining us now to weigh in is indeed Chris Rondeau, Planet Fitness CEO. Sorry about my double take there on the shares. So what kind of trends, just to give us sort of the big picture here as to what you're seeing and how things have evolved over the past couple of years.
Yeah, sure. Well, the last couple of years is a little bit tough.
Right.
But, this year has been really, really good. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. We've added, over 1 million members in the first quarter, another 300,000 net members in the second quarter. We're at an all-time high of 16.5 million, and all going the right direction. The boomers and the Gen X are still a little slow to come back, going the right direction though, finally, which is great to see. Millennials are great, but Gen Zs are gone off the charts. I mean, they've been joining about 150% of normal pre-COVID ever since we started opening our doors, and they continue, which is really great to see.
What else are they coming to you for? I think when I started going to the gym, it was to pump weights, look good on a photo when phones were just coming out. But it seems like just listening to your call, they want different things from you,
Absolutely. I think people have begun to see that fitness is not just about waistline and going to the beach. It really isn't. It's really what happens on the inside, right? Mental health, good for your heart, clears your mind, reduces stress, helps you sleep better. And I think people are really realizing now, especially with what's going on in the world, what we all went through with COVID, that that's really what matters. And the waistline, that will happen in time, right? That's the long-time benefit. The short term is like you walk out of there, you feel good. It's that Planet Fitness glow you see in our commercials now. Get the glow, right? And you walk out, you feel good after every workout. You'll never regret that you went.
We've talked about the digital investments that you've made as well in the past to really have kind of that companion platform alongside the in-person experience. So where have you seen that either kind of maintain the number of usership or the amount of usership, or perhaps has that leveled off as people are getting back into the in-person experience?
Yeah, so I would look at digital, and again, the app was just launched in like 2019,
Sure.
Very different than what it is today. And when I look at digital, people generally gravitate right to fitness and content, which is a part of it for sure, and they use it in the club and out of the club. But it's also, we look at it as a way to reduce friction and customer engagement in the club and out of the club, and not just fitness, right? So we could talk to them, they could pay their balance if they have a balance in their account. They can check their crowd meter. Is the gym busy before I come in? I can adjust my schedule. So it's how we interact with the customer. If you think about gyms for a minute, we don't have a way to interact with our customer unless they come through our front door, generally speaking. But now with the app, we can touch them all the time. And we have perks now in our app where they have discounts on gas, discounts on, we did a deal with Crocs. Went crazy. I thought Crocs were like my generation.
People wearing Crocs.
It's big.
What if they drop a weight? I mean, come on. I like Crocs. You drop a dumbbell on your feet wearing Crocs. It's over for you.
They're back. Gen Z's, it's back. It's like, this is like, I thought they were old school, but no. We have a perk for them to get discount on Crocs through the app. So it's like being a part of Planet as a member, we just touch you in all the ways we can,
So when you talked about, you used to only interact with people when they came through the door. Let's talk about the interaction when they come through the door, though, and labor, because that's something, obviously, we're interested in. We've talked to you about it before. How's it going now in terms of your ability to hire people, not just people who are working the front desk, but also, if you've got people who are trainers, for example, more qualified folks?
I would say last year was a much bigger struggle than it is today, for sure, and maybe earlier this year. But now we don't see that much of an issue, and a lot of our employees and our who we're looking for. I mean, you're working in a great environment, so we're fighting for a general retail employee or a fast food employee. You're in a gym, you're wearing shorts and workout gear, listening to cool music with people that are in doing fun things. You're not just flipping burgers, So our pool of people that we're fighting for, they come to us because it's just a funner job.
Have you had to raise wages?
No, we generally we actually pay more than minimum wage, generally speaking, anyway. So we made a little bit here and there to help compensate, yes. What's good thing about our model, though, is it's very fixed cost and payroll as well. Whether we have 7,000 members in a store or 8,000 members in a store, we don't need more employees. So we have, we 13.6% same-store sales growth in the second quarter. That flow-through is great because, you add more members per store, which is mostly member growth. We don't need more employees to compensate for that.
I believe you're having a franchisee event coming up soon, right? Like a convention. What are you hearing from franchisees? Now they're moving past this pandemic. What do they want from you over at corporate? What do they need to learn?
I'd say, we work really close with our franchisees, and about 34% of our clubs today are at or above pre-COVID membership. So every quarter and every month, we have more and more clubs that reach that thing. And they just want to see that the memberships come in, and they've seen that, and the marketing's working, and members are coming through the front door again. So, and the same-store sales growth, that just gets them fired up, right? And it's mostly member growth. So they see people coming back, open stores. They want to support our open stores, find real estate, help them market, and help run their stores. But we use them, we help them. They're very sophisticated franchisees at this point, and we have a lot of committees with them, and they help us run the business.
It also comes down to equipment within this experience too. And so there's been such a push towards, even within some other gyms, having that connected fitness device so that somebody could take their membership and still be in that gym setting, but at the same time engage with their own personal account. Is that something that you've started to consider? Are you kicking the tires even on having that ability for people to bring their own, perhaps, connected to fitness device experience into a physical location at a Planet Fitness? What
I see mostly is they bring their own phone in. And they have it up against the wall, and they're following a routine, whether it's a HIIT workout. They grab their kettlebells from one part of the gym and the dumbbells, and they do the mats or the Bosu balls.
You've been watching security camera footage of me then.
Everybody's doing it this though. We even have our own content in our app, and sometimes they use an outside app, but they're actually being guided that way. And what's interesting with the Gen Z population, I remember, when I was in high school, my form was horrible. You go to your buddies, and our form was just throwing weights around. The form was unbelievable, and it's because they could teach themselves. When we were younger,
there's so many resources.
Yeah, before there was none. You had Muscle and Fitness was the only magazine. That was the only thing you had where, their form was like perfect. And we just did the Teen Summer Challenge, High School Summer Pass, which is free teens all summer. And you see them in there. We signed up over 3 million of them, and they're coming in like perfect form.
Do you see family conversions off of that too?
Yeah, so we have over 3 million teens have activated throughout the summer. They've logged over 14 million workouts. Really, really spectacular. And we only had 1 million in 2019. So it's just, their propensity to work out now is even way higher than it was pre-COVID, which is great. But the good thing now is with the app again, they sign up in the app. Parent guardian does the waiver, because they're younger, they're under 18. And then we have their contact info. We've had parents now convert because their kids are in there and they're dropping them off, so they might as well join. So it's a great thing to do too.
Yeah.
Mental health and stuff.
You've been around this industry for a long time, Chris, and I belong to a couple gyms, and they took over from somebody else, and they're letting the whole gym just go to waste. The machines are falling apart. They're clearly not investing in these gyms. Why some of these franchisees, not Planet Fitness, but why is this happening?
Unfortunately, that's been the crux of the industry forever. Whether you go back all the way to Bally's and all the other brands over the days, they never spent CapEx dollars upkeep, right? You go in a club that's 20 years old, equipment's 20 years old, right? And we've been, very, very diligent at Planet to make sure that we never get out nude, is my saying, that our clubs always look new and fresh. And you go in a club that's 10 years old or 15 years old, it'll have brand new equipment, it'll be remodeled. We always keep up with our clubs. And all I can say is I think it's probably, our business model is extremely strong. Got us through COVID with not a single closure. Over 10,000 gyms closed in the industry. We didn't lose one because our business model is so strong, our franchisees are very strong, that they reinvest and they don't just take all the money out of the business.
Do you have a Planet Fitness in Astoria?
Ooh. Yes.
Important.
No, we do. Yes, we do. Around the block. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All right.
Chris, we appreciate the time you're on set with us. And for the little bit of a workout that you gave Brian Sazi a little bit.
I'm still out of breath, trust me.
We got to figure out the next one next time, men. We'll do another one.
There you go. Chris Rondeau, Planet Fitness CEO. Glad to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
Definitely.